All right, I think we are live. I'm going to go ahead and start. I see us and we are good to go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final day of Boys Town Donor Week. My name is Gabby. I've been your host for the week. We've gone live every single day, both at the Boys Town Hall of History and virtually here with several wonderful guests to talk about the impact of your support of Boys Town. So if you're watching this and you are a donor, first of all, thank you so much. Thank you for all you do. And we're here today sharing two incredible success stories from our alumni. We have Dominick Barrett here joined with Jay Ballard. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. Welcome. Dominick is to my right here, I guess to the left if you're watching. Tell us more about yourself and your history with Boys Town.
So my name is Dominick Barrett. I came to Boys Town 2015, then graduated in 2017. Usually everybody knows the last name, the Barrett last name. They know the two brothers before me, and then everybody know I came through. Then, yeah, I did football, wrestling, and then some track. That's about it.
Awesome. Great to have you on. And then Jay, you are a more recent grad. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
All right, hello everyone. My name is Jay Ballard. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. Um, the sports I did at Boys Town was I did football, wrestling, track, and a year of baseball. But like my main three was football, wrestling, and track.
Yeah.
And I came to Boys Town May 10th, 2018, and I graduated in the 2022 year.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Awesome. And you're going live from Boys Town right now. Jay is one of our awesome marketing interns, and we're so lucky to have him. So thanks for joining.
Mm-hmm.
Dominick, tell us more about your life before Boys Town. We've got two from Baltimore and interested in hearing more about that.
So come from Baltimore. I mean, it was tough. Just being home, there's a lot of crime, a lot of bad things back home. So that actually made the decision to come to Boys Town easy. I mean, I growing up with my brothers going to Boys Town, it was all like once I visited, I was like, oh yeah, I want to go to Boys Town. And then I did my freshman year back home. Then the incident happened, and it was like, have you guys ever seen the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? It's like, yeah, I got sent away. And it was almost kind of what it was. Like, something happened. Then my mom, me, and my parents just talked about it. It was like, yeah, it's time to go to Boys Town.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I did football and wrestling my whole life. So coming up, that's all I did. It was football, wrestling, literally all year round.
Yes,
literally all year round. Winter, you still outside playing football. Then you go inside and wrestle. So
yeah, definitely kept you busy for sure.
Yeah.
Jay, what about you? What was your life like before Boys Town?
Yeah, I would say it would be hard. Anybody coming from Baltimore is hard, but like the hardest part for me was like it was like every year I was going to different schools.
Okay.
Because of like my living situations, like I was always bouncing back and forth between my mom and dad.
Mm-hmm.
So the hardest part was like going to new schools and trying to meet new people. Knowing me, I'm not really a talkative person, so that was probably the hardest.
Sure.
And I've only done before I came to Boys Town, I only did football, so I had to learn a lot when I came here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Definitely. So when you came to Boys Town and, you came to Nebraska for the first time, what was that like, Dominick?
So the first time I actually came to Nebraska was to visit my brothers.
Yeah.
And, as soon as you step on Boys Town, it's like, wow, like this campus is nice. And then you see it that everybody's getting treated nice. You see the houses and everything. And like I said earlier, like I was like, yeah, once I get to high school, this is where I want to be.
Yeah.
So then, like actually coming around my time to come, I knew what to expect,
Sure.
and it was just like, wow, now it's my time.
Mm-hmm.
I always say it was my time to shine.
Yes, for sure. Jay, do you feel about the same? What was it like coming to Nebraska, coming to Boys Town?
I feel kind of the same. I'm like, when I first came here, I was like, why are everybody so nice? Everybody was so nice to me. I was like, I'm not used to this. But yeah, I agree with Dom a lot. I felt like I had to adapt to the situation, and that's what I did. It was my time to shine too.
Yes, yes, and that you both did. That you both did. So.
Thank you.
Okay, so when you entered into the family home program, what was that like? What was it like living with family teachers and all the other boys?
So first coming to Boys Town, I was in the Lucero Minor House, and that was what we called a Groff house to begin with, and that was all athletes that came to Boys Town, and it was competitive. Everybody coming from their respective home places. They came thinking I'm the next best athlete to come through Boys Town, and so we were always going head to head about anything. I
Yeah.
can eat the most, I can throw the furthest, I can lift the most. So just having that competition was fun, and then seeing how my family had it before me, and then coming into my own house, and then actually having another group of brothers, because we still stay in contact to this day. Then it was nice to have that leadership. I had the mayor Sam Sanazer in my house, and it was nice to be able to go to him like, "Hey, I don't get why -8 is so serious. Can you help me out?" And
Mm-hmm.
he was telling me things like that, helping me, work my way through the system once I first got there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Jay, what was it like living in the family home?
I mean, growing up with all brothers, with 5 brothers, it was kind of like it was easy to get adapt to.
Sure.
Like it was so many like different like personalities, and the
Mm-hmm.
hardest that was probably the hardest. Like it was a lot of different personalities, and
Yeah.
like he said, he was in a golf house, or what they so called to be a golf house. I was in like a it wasn't as many golf people, so like it was like court plays and power plays, all types of people. So
Mm-hmm.
it was harder adapting to the environment there. I mean, I feel as though like it was like a person that I came with, so like we we uh, we uh we adapt to the same thing. And
Yeah.
I do think like sports is really what kept us there.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, because you said you'd only played football, so then you went on to do wrestling, and what was the other one?
Wrestling, track,
Track.
I even tried baseball.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. What was that like? Going from having your one sport and then going into being able to try all these different sports and have that support through Boys Town.
Well, at Boys Town, you really got to get out the house. You really
Yeah.
don't want to be in the house all day.
Yeah.
Then that's when you start getting in trouble, and you don't want to get in trouble.
Gotta be busy.
So I wanted to try new things when I came here, so
Mhm.
that's what I did.
Yeah, definitely is important because, while these two did sports prior to Boys Town, a lot of the kids that come have never played organized sports or been on a team and, just really didn't have the advantage of doing that. And so when you donate to Boys Town, for our donors watching, you're providing them not just with a home and an education, but a sports, which it brings so much more than just playing on a sports team. We learn social skills and teamwork and all the things that really come to play later in life. So you can see even with these two how valuable this athletic program was. So I just want to call that out. Mm-hmm. Dom, what about you? What are some favorite sports memories of yours from your time at Boys Town?
Uh, Really, to piggyback on what you said, like a lot of people came from a background that didn't have organized sports in
Yeah.
their past, but one of my favorite memories is just being on the football team and the wrestling team where you get a lot of guys. I mean, wrestling is hard. And I coach high school wrestling now, and I tell those guys wrestling is a brotherhood. Wrestling is one of the only sports where people will come back and they hated it while they were there, but they come back just to practice, just to be around you guys, and just that camaraderie between peers. Like people came to wrestling just because. I mean, we built friendships there. Like we get to travel with the team. You take those long bus or van trips. You just get to bond with your friends. I mean, that was honestly some of my favorite memories. Or we had Pancake Fridays. The O line did every Friday before the football game. That was fun. Get to the field house at like 6 a.m. before class, and then get some pancakes. And I mean, just those. Just you just get to have that family atmosphere. And I mean, a lot of people didn't like sports until I mean, it's like maybe I'll go to football practice or I'll try out for football and wrestling just because Jay's there, Dom's there. You know, it was just those good vibes, really.
Mhm. Definitely. Jay, what about you? Do you have a favorite memory within sports? Any certain games that stand out, or?
Yeah, I got a wrestling favorite memory,
Yeah.
and we called it. It was a game we played when we like had some free time where we needed to cut weight. We
Mm-hmm.
called it. It was like wrestling basketball or something like that. So we played with a volleyball, and it was pull up hoop. It was like a pull up bar. And, like
Mm-hmm.
we would just play basketball, like it's wrestling style though. So like it was aggressive. And it
Yeah.
was just one of the best times I ever had in the wrestling room.
Right. Yeah. So fun. That's awesome. So we touched on sports a little bit. I want to talk a little bit about academics. So what was that like? You know, Jay, you mentioned moving schools all the time and kind of being back and forth. What was it like going to school at Boys Town and being in one place where you could really grow and learn?
I mean, it was. I felt like it was easier to be in one spot to learn because
Yeah.
my teachers, I got to know my teachers better, and they got to understand who I was as a person and like how to teach me. Everybody like learns differently, so like I think when you teach a teacher, like you need to learn your students and learn how you can teach them. I think a lot of the teachers here at Boys Town, they understand how I learned, and that's how I grow. I showed growth.
Mhm. Yeah. What would you say, Dominic, about that?
Really, I mean, the school it's a safe place. I mean, the teachers help you out a lot. They really teach you a lot of good things. The house with the steady times, they told me good steady habits. I just think from me coming back home or coming from home to
Mhm.
here was my grades weren't good, but Boys Town told me like you need an education. Like yeah, you're an athlete, but
Sure.
those athletes are a dime a dozen to make it to the pros or whatever. I mean, every kid thinks, oh yeah, I'm going to make it to the pros. Where Boys Town, they actually tell you like, yeah, you could, but you need the education also. And
Yes.
then with it being a safe place, like my grades faltered at home because I wasn't safe home. Like Baltimore was just a dangerous place now. Like I can go home to my parents and they were a safe place, but once I step out the house, I mean, yeah,
Right.
I was free game. Where once I got to Boys Town, I could actually focus on my academics, and that's what really made a difference was actually being able to focus on academics
Mhm.
and get that one-on-one help or that small class size where the teach like Jay said, the teachers know you and they know how to help you and they know okay, I can help you this way and I can help this student that way.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. That's really impactful, you know, what you said. We say a lot of the time at Boys Town, you know, it's coming to a safe place. And especially for you two, you know, coming from Baltimore and being able to focus on your academics, focus on sports, and not have to be constantly looking over your shoulder or, you know, watching your back and feeling like, okay, I can be a kid and I can do all the normal things that so many kids in America take for granted, for one, but to be able to come to Boys Town and, you know, although challenging, leaving everything you know for a whole new thing, get that full experience. So
Yeah.
it's great. Definitely. Well, I'm seeing some wonderful comments come through. Thanks everyone for watching. I just want to remind everyone we are doing a live giveaway. So if you want a chance to win this little goodie bag from the Boys Town gift shop, like this video and I will go ahead and select a winner at the end of the day. So thanks everybody. All right, we have just a few more questions here. The next one is, well, I have a question about after leaving Boys Town, but before we get there, I do want to know, you know, what is graduation at Boys Town like? Especially Jay, I know you just recently went through it. Tell us a little bit about that day and what makes it so special.
Oh, man. I can't really remember like the details because
Yeah,
it was 2 years ago. But like
yeah,
I do remember like going up to that moment. We did a lot of events. We did like a lot. Like I remember being on top of a fire truck, a
yep,
fire truck or whatever, and like riding around campus and just everybody showing applauding me for applauding us as a class. for graduating and getting through the years that we
Mhm.
did at Boys Town. And
Yeah.
it was an awesome time. Like I can't explain how I felt, but it was a good time.
Mhm. Yeah, Dominic, do you remember your graduation?
Oh
20.
yeah, I do. I had a lot of my family fly out from Baltimore and just from around the other places that they were living, and coming up to it, it's just it's finally over. But
Yeah.
then once I got on stage and you see everyone in the auditorium, all the families and stuff,
Mhm.
I kind of shed a tear or so, because you think about all the hard times, all the times where it's like I don't want to be here, and then it's like I love this place.
Yeah.
It's like now it's really over, and you can't say, "Oh, I love this place and I want to stay," because now you're done. Like you put in the work. Everybody helped you. Like now it's time to go out to the real world. It's like I'm gonna miss this place. You don't realize how much they've done for you until it's time to go.
Mhm.
And I mean, it was bittersweet because I knew I was gonna miss it. I knew I was gonna miss my family, teachers, and all my housemates and everything. But I mean, they I still talk to them to this day. But it's just different being in Boys Town, waking up, going to the field house or going to practice and just hanging out with them 24/7. It's like now you got to text them, and
Mhm. Mhm.
I mean I tell people to this day I wish I would have went to Boys Town earlier just because I would have built those relationships earlier.
Yeah. Mhm. Those lifelong bonds for sure.
Yeah.
So after leaving Boys Town, what was next for you both? Dominic, where did you head off to?
I headed out to Morningside University, or at the time it was Morningside College. Now it's University in Sioux City, Iowa. Then I started out as an elementary education major, then changed over to business, and then I just got my business degree.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. And Jay, what about you?
After I graduated in 2022, I went to Midland University
Mm-hmm.
where I studied. At first, I studied biology, but then I took one science class and I knew it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Then I switched my major to sports management for a year, and then now I think I'm a double major. This is what I want to do. I want a double major in sports management and digital marketing.
Nice. Yes. That's awesome. So how do you think Boys Town prepared you both well to, head off to college and be where you are today?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, the transition from Boys Town to Morningside, I went from a small classroom to a small classroom, and then just like Boys Town, Morningside, the teachers knew your name, and it was a small classroom, so they could help you out. And so, I mean, it was the perfect choice for me. Boys Town made me realize that I needed a small classroom because back home, my graduating class would have been about 700 students versus 99 at
Mm-hmm.
Boys Town. So it was just like, yeah, they made me realize I needed this. I needed more inside and everything. So they definitely helped me. They definitely put me on the right track to get this degree.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Wonderful. So we have two more questions here. This one, it's a little deeper, but I would love to know, and our donors who are watching would love to know, if you hadn't gone to Boys Town, how different do you think your life would have been?
Honestly, I just think I go back to the incident that happened to make me go to Boys Town. Um, if that was just one incident where I was just on a bus stop and trying to get home, imagine what happens the next years to come, or the next days to come, or the next week to come. So I honestly couldn't tell you where I would be. I mean, I was always trying to be on the right path, but then back home they don't want you on the right path. It's hard to be on the right path because when they see you trying to be successful, it's like, oh, you think you're better than us?
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't tell you. I mean, it probably wouldn't be something good or
Right.
as great as I'm doing now. I mean, I'm happy coaching high school, working at a high school in the office, where back home I would not be in this situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do you think, Jay?
I do feel as though it's a lot of hatred back home,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a lot of distractions too. So it's easy to fall under that boat where you become a follower doing what they doing because everybody do it in the city.
Sure.
And you don't really get in trouble for it back home because it's a normal day for real.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah. And now, you're at Boys Town. Jay, tell us a little bit more about what you've been up to this summer.
This summer, I've been learning with my internship at Boys Town. I've been working on TikTok content for Boys Town.
Yeah, well, it's great to have you. Yes, Jay's been helping us out quite a bit. So if you follow us along on social media, you might see some of his awesome work. So I want to call that out. Doing a great job. Okay, so our last question here. What would you both say to Boys Town donors who are watching and hearing your stories?
First, I gotta say thank you. I mean, we don't get to do half of the things or get to talk about half of the things that we are right now without their donations. I mean, you get stuff like the Booster Banquet, and I hype that up to everybody that I see. Like, yeah, I'm going to the Booster Banquet. Like, I get to. That's like the Boys Town red carpet, honestly.
Yeah.
And it's just something that even as alumni you look forward to because you like to see the highlight video, you like to see the awards given out. Like me personally, I think about it from an athletic point of view. Like you get to Boys Town, they give you the best gear. You get the workout shirts, the shorts, every sport. Like football, we got a compression shirt with our number on it. You get the shorts, you get cleats, gloves, everything you can ask for. I mean, with back home, you would have never gotten that. And then wrestling, you get the wrestling shoes. Like coach literally calls you in the office, hey, what shoes do you want? You can choose between these two. Like free of charge, coach? Oh yes, free of charge. Like this is what the Boys Town donors do for you. I mean, is all you can say is thank you. They make just as much of a difference as a teacher or one of our coaches because they help us get to where we are. They help us get that gear. I mean, everybody sees the new jersey and it's like, okay, yeah, I'm going to play football. Or they see the new singlet, I'm going to wrestle. So, I mean, that's a big part in it also.
For sure. Jay, what would you say?
Yeah, I definitely would agree with you on that, Don. But then again, at the same time, the award ceremony, all that money that y'all donated to the kids, and I was in the same position that y'all donated while I was in high school. That money goes to good use for people to like the kids to go to school. Like me right now, I'm in school still, so I'm still using the donors' money so I can get an education. And that back home, I probably wouldn't be able to do that. Yeah.
Yes. Well, these stories are just two of many that you have helped us over, the 100+ year history of Boys Town. Please visit our website, boystown.org, to see. We have a whole page of other success stories so you can see who else you are helping directly and hear from them. Dominick and Jay, it was so great having you on.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you all for celebrating another wonderful Boys Town Donor Week this week. Tomorrow, we do have our founder, Father Edward Flanagan's birthday. So we want to say thank you and happy birthday to Father Flanagan. And we hope you all have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.